Hey, this is Daniel Helmy coming to you live from Dubai. You can see the skyline in the background. I'm here for the Token 2049 crypto conference, the biggest crypto conference in the world. And I could not wait to share with you the most interesting fact that I have heard at the Token 2049. I am officially now in the camp that Bitcoin will go to $1 million per coin. Not this year, but it's happening. For the first time, I've heard a legitimate argument from Wall Street bankers that presented here at the Token 2049 that outlines the pathway for Bitcoin to $1 million. That's what we're going to talk about. If you like this content, subscribe to the channel and you get more updates about crypto, about gold, silver investments, stock markets. Wherever we make money, that's where we want to be. And if we talk about making money, Dubai is always the place to be, especially the Token 2049, the biggest crypto event in the world. 15,000 attendance here, completely sold out, waiting list of 5,000 people. And nobody other than BlackRock, the mighty BlackRock from Wall Street, presented the case here, how and why Bitcoin will go to $1 million. So here it is. So far, when you hear Bitcoin goes to $1 million, it's usually some Bitcoin maxis that come out with some math calculations and the rainbow chart, and we all know what they look like, but nobody can really give you a pathway. How is this going to happen? Well, now we have one. BlackRock has outlined it, and it has to do with two developments that are fairly recent. One just a few weeks old that changes everything. It starts with the ETF launch, which was a gigantic success, the Bitcoin ETFs. Why are they important? Look, you, the crypto traders, the Bitcoin maxis, the young generations, you use the crypto exchanges, completely fine, not a problem for you. But who has all the money? It's the baby boomers. It's the people in their 50s, 60s, 70s. They have the majority of the money in the capital markets. And they are not using the crypto exchanges, all right? It's important to understand this concept. If you want to know how Bitcoin can go to $1 million, you have to understand we need inflows, massive inflows. Where can they come from? From the baby boomer generation. And they're not going to the crypto exchanges, but they're buying ETFs. So the ETFs, what it really is, it's the first gateway to the big money of the baby boomers. Now, the second level of the big money. The institutional investors, the advisors for pension funds, for government funds, like the really, really, really big money. They're not touching Bitcoin. Why is that? Because Bitcoin, and then obviously altcoins, meme coins, cryptos, are the furthest out on the risk curve. You know what's the worst thing that can happen to an advisor? Investing in risky assets, and then they go down 70% because you're going to lose your job. Okay? You're going to lose your investors. You're done. So far in the past, Bitcoin basically traded with a leverage of 2 or 3 with the movement of the Nasdaqs. And the advisors that are conservative are not interested in that. All right? Yes, they want to outperform the markets, but not at the risk of buying an asset that might go down 2 times, 3 times as much when the market goes down. And this is when everything changed in April. When we saw the massive sell-off in the stock market after the Trump tariffs and all the chaos it caused. Bitcoin didn't go down. Bitcoin held its ground, as you know. And this is completely new. We hadn't seen this before. And this is a game changer, ladies and gentlemen. If this continues, and 2025 will be a volatile year, we will have corrections again in the stock market. So we will see how Bitcoin will react then. And if the same thing happened that we saw 3 weeks ago, where Bitcoin did not go down 3 times as hard as the Nasdaq, as the Max 7 stocks, if this holds up, then all of a sudden, Bitcoin, the digital gold, becomes interesting for advisors as a way to diversify and reduce risk. There's the risk story again that we talked about. And that will make them open up to Bitcoin investments. And if the baby boomer money comes in through the ETFs, and it will come in if Bitcoin keeps going up, and then the big money comes in from pension funds, from institutional investors, that is, ladies and gentlemen, how we're going to get to Bitcoin to $1 million. Now, that's the buy side. Let's look at the sell side. This is the interesting part. We saw in April, there's no selling pressure. Nobody's selling. Now, if we get a crash, yeah, Bitcoin will go down short term, but those will be gobbled up. Saylor from MicroStrategy, now Strategies, he's buying up all the Bitcoin that come to the market. The same with the ETFs. There's a floor under Bitcoin now that exists now that will only be broken when we have a significant crash in the market. And if the dollar keeps devaluing, what did we see? The money flew into gold and then into Bitcoin. So again, what will the big institutions do when they want to diversify from the dollar? They buy gold, they buy Bitcoin. There's the buy side again, no sell side. Nobody's selling the Bitcoin. So whoever has Bitcoin keeps holding them. Any weakness is getting bought up. And now, because of the decoupling of April and the tariff Trump chaos, advisors, conservative money is starting to pay attention to Bitcoin. And this is so much money that we're talking about. We're talking about trillions here. There just needs to be a percentage, like half a percentage even, flowing into the Bitcoin market. And it will catapult the Bitcoin price up to the moon. Welcome to the Bitcoin $1 million club.